So what is random error? We have already seen two types of errors. One due to human, that is human error. Second due to instrument. Okay. Now random error. What is meaning of word random? Unpredictable. Yes or no? Random means something which you have no control over and you don't know when it's going to happen and what is going to happen. Yes or no? That is called random. Is the meaning of the word random clear?
Yes.
Now let me give an example of random. Suppose, let's say we hang a pendulum from this ceiling. Okay. And we are trying to find its time period by making it oscillate back and forth, back and forth. Now while we are doing this experiment, suppose there is an earthquake. Suppose there is an earthquake. Do you think earthquake can be called human error?
No.
Instrumental error?
No.
Okay, fine. So it's clearly not one or two. Fine. Now, is it random error? Well, yes, because you never know when the earthquakes will occur. Nobody has been able to predict earthquakes. So, is it clear? Is this under our control?
No.
Okay, so we don't know when it's going to happen, right? And we also don't know how much. It's possible that we have a light tremor, okay? Or it's also possible that there is a really very strong earthquake and we have to forget about the experiment and run for our lives. Yes or no?
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one example that would cause a random error. But that's not it. There are more random errors possible. It's also possible that while we are doing this experiment, someone is on the terrace and jumping over there. You can't stop people from doing that. Is it clear? Another example. Our school building is, well, a little bit close to the main road. So suppose there is a heavy truck passing by when we are doing this experiment. Then that will lead to a little bit of vibration in the building. I'm sure you would have noted that. When heavy vehicles pass, the building vibrates a little bit. Okay? So, these kind of things, they are not under our control.
Why would that happen?
Why would what happen?
Then vibrations are big.
When a truck passes?
Means any machines are well, high weightage machine or anything.
Okay, fine. The truth is that all machines, starting with a simple fan, or even the speaker of this phone, right? Simplest of the machines, smallest one to the biggest one. They all work on moving parts, yes or no? Right? And it is that when moving parts stop or start, you have to apply force. When you apply force to objects, some part of the energy is always going into or is getting converted to vibration of the atom, and that is what creates sound. So, for example, that sound, isn't it? Sound only arises because of vibration. Where when I hit this with a duster, for example, what is happening is that the atoms of the board and the atoms of the duster, they will vibrate, and that is what produces sound. Is that okay? So basically, whenever moving things are there and forces are applied, this is that, there will definitely be some small or big vibration. In fact, the heavier the machine, the more the vibration will be, right? Obviously, because of higher sound. Anyway, coming back to the point. So, like I said, that there are some unpredictable things. One more. Suppose suddenly someone opens the door. Let's say we are doing this experiment here, and suddenly someone opens the door. Okay, then do you realize that there will be a little bit of motion of air or wind? Yes or no? Because of that also the pendulum will have a little bit of effect. So such things are unpredictable, they are not under our control. Hence they are called what? Random error. Is that okay? But fortunately there is something very easy about random error. You can do the experiment multiple times, that is, make multiple observations. Make multiple observations, and doing multiple observations reduces the random error. Why so? let's say while we are doing this right now, someone is jumping on the bed. Fine, we'll do it after 5 minutes again. At that time, it's possible that somebody is jumping over. Or we'll do it after 5 minutes when there is no wind. Or we'll do it after 5 minutes when there is no earthquake. Make sense? Yes or no? Sure? So like this, if you do it multiple times, okay, it's not like you just do it 2 times. The more number of times you do, the more you will reduce the random error. Did you understand? Yes or no? Because sometimes the effect of random error is very small. You cannot judge. For example, let's say we want to do this pendulum experiment here. We turn off all fans and we turn off all ACs also. But still, do you realize that even if one of you walks around, then there will be motion of air in this room or not? Do you realize air continuously moves in a room? Yes or no?
Yes.
Even when all windows are shut and even when all doors are shut, there are no fans and no ACs on. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? I hope you realize air does move. So that definitely gives a little bit of random error to this kind of experiment. Got it? So frankly, random errors are, like I said, unpredictable. You can do whatever you want, but they will be there. So if you want to reduce the random error, there is just one simple way. What's that? Do it many times. Sometimes these days technology is so advanced that when the experiments are about very small things, for example, electron, protons, and all that, they sometimes repeat the same experiment million times. You understand what I'm saying? Million times. That is not just 1, 2, 3, not 1,000 times, but thousand times. You get what I'm saying? Why so? Just to be absolutely sure that the measurement is perfect and there is not much effect of random error. You can never remove error. Okay. Is it possible to remove the random error? No. But yes, you can reduce it. Clear or not? Understood?
Yes.
So that's about random error. Right? So the best way to reduce random error is this. Do the experiment multiple times so that way random error is reduced. Is anyone having a question? Why is it that if we do it multiple times won't we get the same result again and again and again? Is anyone thinking about that? No? Have you noticed sometimes that if you're going to buy something, okay, let's say you bought something, let's say you bought 100 gram of whatever, for example, 100 gram of cashews, let's say, and the shopkeeper measures it by putting it here. Do you realize that if you put it twice, it will not show the same measurement? It will not show the same measurement. Or have you noticed sometimes that when you put it, the last digit is still fluctuating? Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So what does that mean? Is this instrument useless? No. But that is the random error. Right? That part is changing little bit again and again because of the random error. It's that there are so many factors. People might be moving in the shop, there might be wind. You get what I'm saying? Someone might be touching the table on which the instrument is kept, the weighing scale is kept. All these factors, they will lead to some small and big changes. There is something even more weird. The platform which is designed on which you have to keep it, you realize that if you put the object at different places, you get different values. Sorry, it will not show the same value, it will show different value if you put it at a different place. Right? So this also can be considered to be random error because the person might keep it anywhere. Got it? So if you will repeat it multiple times, this changing pattern or fluctuations, they will average out. They will average out. What do I mean? Suppose we take only one test. and based on one test, we are to decide, okay, which student performs better. Then it's possible that one student might be ill that day and scored only 25 out of 100, but someone else scored 60 out of 100. But your conclusion would not be perfect, correct or not? Because there is only one. Can you suggest a way to make this measurement slightly more better? You should take tests many times, yes or no? Anyone who performs good in all the tests will have better performance, yes or no? Sure or not sure? Okay. So that's the key again. I hope you understood the relation between what I am telling you. Right? So hopefully now you have understood that to reduce the random error, we should do the experiment multiple times. So test is an experiment. The marks are the measure. Is it fine? Fine. Everything clear about random error?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Let's go to the next. So I have given you two definitions of error. Do you remember both? What are the two definitions of error? One is uncertainty is the measurement. That is when you don't know what exactly will be the measurement. That's called error. The other way to define it is the difference of the true value and the measured value. Okay? Just one point about it. You write it somewhere, at the top of your book. This is an important thing. If we don't know the true value, we take the average of all measured values as true value. If we don't know the true value, then we take the average of our present, right? Add them and divide by the number. So if we take the average of all measured values as the true value. Right? Often it will happen that when someone tells you to measure something, you don't know the true value. No problem. Then just do it multiple times and take the average itself as the true value. Right? Okay. Now, two very important words about measurement. First, accuracy. Have you heard this word accurate? Or have you not heard? Accurate, we say sometimes we use the word accurate. Right? Now, accuracy or accurate has very, very clear meaning in physics. Okay? And the meaning in English language doesn't exactly match with the physics. So you have to be careful. So what does accuracy mean? If some measurement has less error, we say that the measurement has more accuracy. I'm indicating downward arrow for less, upward arrow for more. Okay, that's like short. See, when you make notes, you should try to express the whole thing in the least number of words or letters. આખી ટેક્સ્ટબુક છાપી મારો નોટ્સમાં તો નોટ્સ વાંચવાનો શું ફાયદો ટેક્સ્ટબુક ન વાંચી લે You get what I'm saying? So whenever you are making notes for any subject, not just physics, right? Make sure that you express or try to express things in the minimum number of words, and still it should include all the necessary or important things. Right? Note making is like an art, to be very frank. The first day you are not going to do wonderful. Okay, but if you practice it regularly in a month or so, you'll understand what to write and what not to write. Okay, anyway, so accuracy, if error is less, accuracy is more. Okay, this is the physics meaning of the word accuracy. And vice versa, if error will be more, then that would mean accuracy is less. Let's take an example. Suppose, let's say that the measured value number 1 and number 2 of this pen's length is 14.1 centimeter and 14.8 centimeter. Okay, and suppose I tell you, so this is measured value number 1 and measured value number 2. Let's say I measured it twice. Okay, measured value 1, 14.1 centimeter. Okay, and the true value, let's say, is 14.5 centimeter. Right? So we want to find out which measurement, number 1 or number 2, is more accurate or has more accuracy. Objective clear? What we are going to do is clear or not? We want to find out that suppose one student, let's say I gave the pen to me. Alright, don't take the pen. Okay? Right? Measure it. And then I give it to one. And both of them measure it. Is it okay? And suppose Rudra comes up with 14.1 centimeter and Mandra comes up with 14.8. But I know that the true value of the pen's length is 14.5 centimeter. Then let's find out whose measurement has more accuracy. So for finding accuracy or talking about accuracy, we should decide error first. So error in first measurement. This is the first measurement. How much is the error? Can you look at those two and tell me what will be the error? 0.4 centimeter. Raise your hand if you understood that. Sure? You are really understanding it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 14.1 and 14.5 subtract. Okay, put your hands down. The difference will be 0.4 centimeter. Clear? Now, similarly, can you tell me what is the error for the second measurement? 0.3 centimeter. Okay or not? So in which measurement is the error less? First or second? Second. Is that okay? Number 2. So which measurement has more accuracy? First or second? Now looks like some of you are confused. Which measurement has more accuracy? The second one has more accuracy. Look at this. Error less. Accuracy more. Error more. Accuracy less. Is that okay or not okay? Or think about it in this way. Who did a better job of measuring? 1 or 2? Why 2? Because it is closer to the correct value. Yes or no? Very much like common sense. You understood that now? The second measurement is closer to the true value compared to what first measurement. First measurement is wrong by 0.4. Second measurement is wrong by 0.3. So which one is a better job? Second. That's why we say second one is more accurate. Got it? Everything written on the board is clear?
Yes.
Make sure you note this much down, and this is an example. Okay, when you write, suppose you have to write all this, when I ask you, you don't answer and you have to write this, then please do not write examples. Okay? Examples are just for your understanding. You don't need to remember the example. Nobody is going to tell you, give an example of accuracy. No. Such questions are not asked in 11th and 12th. And even if they would be asked, I would still say, do not write all that. Okay, so not important. If you understand what's written here, everything is done. The definition is vague, first of all. Vague, that is not that clear. Accuracy tells us how close to the correct value is the measured value. Okay, but again, frankly, I would not even call this a definition. Right? Mantra, you are free to find a better definition. Okay, tell me about it. Accuracy tells us how close the correct value is to the measured value. That means if the measured value and correct value are close to each other, that would mean more accuracy. Okay? That's what it says. Did anyone ask you definition of accuracy? Not at all. Okay, no koi kaam nahi. Ye number le તમને question પૂછે છે. These are 4 observations. Tell us which is more accurate. Like I gave you 2. Yes or no? Yes or no? And final answer લખો તો લખી નાખજો. Which measurement is more accurate? First or second? Second one. Okay, write it if you want. Second measurement is more accurate. Okay. So I hope you're done with it. You're trying to find the English meaning. Here, what is it? Did you find it? Please stand up and say it to the whole class. I hope everyone has written whatever they want to write. Sorry? Accurate means? જોયું English નો અને physics નો આપો. This dictionary says that accurate means without error or no error. But I told you at first that it is impossible to have anything without error. Yeah, in measurement. That is. You can write a sentence without grammatical error. You get what I'm saying? But you cannot do a measurement without error. Fine? So this is what happens. Sometimes the way in which we use words in physics is a little different. Right? Didn't I tell you at start that the English meaning of accuracy and the physics meaning of accuracy don't match exactly with each other. Right? Okay. Next word. You are going to have to take that dictionary out again. Precise. If you don't know the meaning, then it's okay. Or precision. Do you know the word precise? Anyone knows what the meaning of the word precise? Short. Yes. Precise means short. Yes or no? Everyone get that? Actually short or small. In physics context, I would say small is a better description. Precise means small. So it's like if someone says give a precise answer, it means give a small answer. Don't write essays. Clear? Alright? So precise, we're going to use the meaning small. So what is precision? Well, precision is something that is very closely linked with LC. You remember LC or not?
Yes.
Okay. So let me tell you, when do we say some measurement has more precise? Okay. If measurement is made up to a smaller value, then it is more precise. Then it is more precise. Okay. If a measurement is made to a smaller value, then the measurement is more precise. Right? So let's think of a very simple example. We have the wall clock, and let's say take the stopwatch and measure. Okay, both start at the same time and both end at the same time. So suppose the clock, okay, let's say the clock shows, so this is the important sentence for you. Alright, everyone. If the clock shows the time 23 seconds, obviously, what else could it be? And the stopwatch, suppose, shows you the time as 23.21 seconds. You understood this? One is showing 23 seconds. Why? Because its least count is only 1 second. The other one is showing 23.21 seconds. Is that fine? Yes or no? Now, try to read this sentence at the top and tell me which measurement is more precise. First one is more precise. Are you sure? Why? Because it looks smaller? Is that what is going on here? This looks smaller. See, there are only two choices. So if you give me an answer, I'd expect reason of whatever is your answer. Like I said, if this looks small, is it more precise? Or is it that 23 is less than 23.21? Is that what you're thinking? Okay. Well, that's not true. Let's see now. First of all, have a look at the clock's measurement. The smallest that it has measured is 1 second. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, basically it measured till units place in second. You understand what is units place?
Yes.
Please don't say no. Do you understand what is units place?
Yes.
Sure, everyone does?
Yes.
Fine. Compare that with this. This is units place. Yes or no? Has this stopwatch measured up to smaller values than the units place? This one? Is this smaller than this place or bigger than that? Smaller?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
In fact, you call this 1 by 10's place, isn't it? That is 10th place. Do you know that? This digit represents 1 by 10, correct or not?
Yes.
What does this digit represent? 1 by 100. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
So this stopwatch, do you realize it has measured up to the 1 by 100th of a second? No. This has measured up to this digit, 2 digits after the point. Okay, on the other hand, this has only measured up to this digit which is before the point. So which has measured up to a smaller value? Which has measured up to a smaller value? The clock or the stopwatch? Sure?
Yes.
Everyone get that? Sure?
Yes.
So that's why the stopwatch measurement, what would you say? Is it more precise or less precise? More precise. Okay, because it was able to tell you not just 23, but 23.2, and not just 23.2, but 23.21. More exact. Correct or not? Make sense? Right? Friend, suppose by some instruments we have measured 2 masses. Which measurement is more precise? Second? But બેમાં same digits નથી, 3 digits. Don't both have 3 digits? Yes, this is measuring up to 2 places after the point in kg. That is basically measured to 1 by 100 of kg. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure? The
Yes.
second one. That's what this 3 is for, 1 by 100. But on the other hand, this one is only up to 1 by 10 of a kg. Clear or not? But yeah, when you compare like this, you should be careful that the units are same. Otherwise, there will be a big problem. Suppose I make this ground. Then, are you sure?
Yes.
It's always a risk to compare like this. Okay, it is always a risk to compare. So, it's a good habit when you convert both units to the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? Convert both units to the same. So, this is in grams, this one is in kg. Right? So, let's convert the upper one into kg also. So, if you want to get to kg, you have to divide by 1000. Is that okay? Yes or no? So, this will become 0.0452. Yeah. Okay. Now you compare. This is measuring only up to 1 by 100, and this is measuring up to 1 by 10, 100, 1000, and 1 by 10,000. Clear or not? Fine. Everyone got that? So that is why the first one, if this was in grams, then the first one would become more precise. Clear? This sentence completely clear to you now? Okay, you can write down these examples. So your stopwatch is more precise, and if it was gram like this, then this one, first one is more precise if it was gram, right? Because we have to convert to kg and then we have to see. Any questions, anyone? And if you have questions, feel free to ask. Okay, either in the classroom, preferably in the classroom. If you think you cannot ask in the classroom, then you can come to the staff room at the end of the class. Alright? પૂછવામાં શરમાતા નહીં, કારણ કે હું તો તમને પૂછવામાં શરમાઈશ નહીં. Is that okay? Is that okay or not okay?
Yes.
So if you then tomorrow if you tell me, sir, I didn't understand this, so I don't know, then that excuse doesn't work. Alright? Done? Erasing it. Now some people, I don't know why, but some people do get confused between accuracy and precision. Right? Some people do get confused between the two. But let me tell you upfront that they are two completely different things with no relation whatsoever with each other. Is that okay? Accuracy is something else, precision is something else. There is no connection between them. Let's take an example to explore this. Suppose some person has mass, okay, true value of mass of a person. You might say 54.2 kg. Right? And we make two measurements, let's say by different instruments. Okay, so the first measured value, okay, these are measured values. Suppose first measured value is 54.101 kg. Okay, 54.1011. But the second measurement is suppose 54.25. And first we go after precision. Which one is more precise? Now you don't have to say the answer. Okay, let's do something. I am giving all of you 30 seconds. Okay, you can discuss it with people on your bench. Don't look back, everyone. You can discuss it with people sitting on your bench. You can make noise also, no problem. Let the discussion be loud, I don't mind. Nobody will tell you anything. Okay, but you have only 30 seconds and time starts now. અવાજ આવે કઈ વાંધો નહીં, ડિસ્કસ કરો. What is your opinion about this? Please don't discuss world politics. Okay? Don't discuss Salman Khan નું કયું પિક્ચર આવે છે? But it was very simple.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So who says 1 is more precise? Who says 1 is more precise? Okay. Who says 2 is more precise? Nobody? Never mind. All of you are right. 1 is more precise. But why? Who can tell me why? Who can tell me why 1 is more? But હમણાં તો એટલા બધા નોટ. Give reason. Come on. Give reason. Okay. Yes, you.
It shows 1 by thousands.
Correct. It shows 1 by thousands of place, but this one 1 by 100. Is that clear? So that one is measuring up to a smaller value. That's why first one is more precise. Fine. If this is the reason in your mind, then the reason is correct. You have understood what is precise or precision. Sit down, brother. What's your name?
Really?
Millie. Okay. Second one. The second question now that I'm going to ask you is about this. Which is more accurate? Okay. Alright. So you have once again, first of all, 30 seconds to discuss, and then if required, do some calculation. Okay, you have 30 seconds of time. Time starts now. Come on. અવાજ આવે તો કઈ વાંધો નહીં, હું કઈ નહીં કહું, બાદ છે કોઈ નહીં કહે. I will protect you. Alright? You have 30 seconds. Hurry up. I'm asking you which one is more accurate. ડરતા રહ્યો જરાય, કોઈ કઈ નહીં કહે. You have my assurance. અવાજ આવે તોય વાંધો નહીં. Finish. ફટાફટ કરી નાખી દો. Okay, time is up. Fine. Now stop discussion. Once I say time is up, please stop the discussion and focus here. Alright. So who says first one is more accurate? Are you sure, everyone? Okay, who says second one is more accurate? Nobody neutral? Aditya? Okay, fine, put your hands up. Now let me ask you the reason randomly. One of you, I'm going to ask you the reason. Okay. And you are the second one on the right hand side. Yeah, what's your name? Hemakshi. So Hemakshi, which one is more accurate?
Number second.
Number 2. Why is it more accurate?
Because it is
Sorry? Fine. Okay, so did you find the errors actually, or are you just saying just by looking at the numbers? Did you find the errors in first one and second one? Did you all do this?
Yes.
Okay, I mean I was expecting that you will do it. That's why I'm asking you. Have you done it? What is the error for first one? 0.7. Interesting. And for the second one? You didn't find. Then how can you decide? Looks closer. Is that what you're thinking? Maybe two આવે છે એવું છે? એવું નહીં ને? The error for the second one will be 0.05. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the error for the first one? 0.099. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Again, how do we find error? Subtracting the measured value and the true value. So that will give us error 1. Okay or not okay?
Yes.
Right. So which error is less? Second one is less or first one is less? Second one is less. Correct? Okay. Sure? So if error is less, that means accuracy is more or more accurate. Clear? That's it. Number 2. Sit down. Well done. Subtraction. Subtraction નું દોરો છે.
Sir, that's not.
There, what's the problem?
0.05.
How do we get 0.05?
No, sir, that's subtraction, sir.
Then what are you trying to ask? Mansur? I don't understand what you are trying to ask. What's your
Point
question?
after digit there is 3 and here only 2. Then
Right, wait, fine. Now I understood what's your confusion. You know, there's something that I really like about every student's mind. You have infinite capability of getting confused. Right? Need at any place, at any moment. Have I ever mentioned that once you find error, you have to look at the digits and say which has more digits or not? Then why are you worrying that here there are 3 digits after the point and here there are 2 digits? Is that okay? That was about precision. Right now we are talking about accuracy. Clear or not? So obviously you should not look for digits in the error. Alright? Fine. Turn this off.